Okay, sorry about that. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Kobe Bryant Day and Rasheem Crawford Day. Right here, right now. Today is November the 15th, and it is 2020. And I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for being here on this Sunday. As you can see, we have my boy Sheeny and we have my boy Kobe. Okay. Uh, So with Kobe Bryant on this day, Kobe Bryant been gone, deceased. He died on January 26, 2020, and ever since then, Maker Studio News and Talk Show T have honored his life and will not forget him. So today, on this day, makes 9 months, 42 weeks, 294 days, 7,047 hours, 422,872 minutes, and 25,372,330 seconds since Kobe Bryant has been gone. With my boy Sheeny has been gone for a total of 97 days, 16 hours, 10 minutes, and 13 seconds. That's 3 months, 14 weeks, 98 days, 2,343 hours, 140,631 minutes, and 8,437,894 seconds. My boy Sheeny and Kobe Bryant. The topic for today, and I'm not going to be long, it's just going to be brief. It is fake it until you make it. Okay? Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to people on Facebook, those who are on YouTube, and those who are on Periscope. Hello, how you guys doing? Okay, so yes, the topic is fake it until you make it on this Sunday, Kobe Bryant Day and Rasheem Crawford Day. Now, the reason why I picked fake it until you make it, let's go ahead and break down the meaning of fake it until you make it. So right here, fake it until you make it is one is portray yourself like a person you always wanted to be, bringing yourself out of your comfort zone in order to achieve your targets, to adopt a behavior which will lead you towards a better future, changing yourself to perform a task which you are not good at, and motivating yourself to act in a different manner to meet your desired goals. Now, the reason why I use the topic today, fake it until you make it, is because I received an email on my last stream, and people will tell you everything that's on their mind. And one of the topics, or one of the discussions, or the email was how can you tell people not to take the vaccine when it's going to be available? Well, I'm going to tell you, and this is the opinion from me, Kareem Clements. Okay, I said on my stream last night, I said that we have to do some resource. We have to do our own resource and our own investigation on this vaccine that they said that's supposed to be available and before the end of this year. We only have one more month. This month is almost over. Okay, the vaccine supposed to be available to majority of the vulnerable, the senior citizen January, and to the rest of the population by April of 2021. Now, the reason why I picked this topic, fake it until you make it, is because I really believe that this administration is faking it until they make it, but obviously they faked it. They didn't make it, and they will be out of the White House come January. Okay? Now, I've said it here, and I read it. It said, "Portray yourself like a person you always wanted to be." We already know what that means with this administration. Okay, first of all, I'm not understanding how all this time the president's hair was orange, and then now all of a sudden his hair is white, gray. Where did that come from? If you want to show the grayness, you just want to show people that you've been working very hard and hard at working, or you're faking it until you make it. Okay, we're talking about it right here. You tell us in the beginning, which the 3.5 years of this administration has been nothing but BS, and we're tied and through. Okay, you're the weakest link. Goodbye. The next is to challenge yourself to perform a task which you are not good at. That right there is faking until you make it, my brother. You had no political experience. You wanted to run because you thought that everybody loved you because you did the whole TV show. But I'm here to tell you, you faked it until you made it. Obviously, you didn't make it because you're out of the White House come 2021. Okay? Let's give some examples of sentences of fake it until you make it. I had no idea that her family is so illustrated as she always pretends to be classy. Fake it till you make it. Somebody is faking it until they make it. Now, I could tell you, fake it until you make it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. If you have a story or if you feel that you need to fake it before you make it, hit me up in the comments on the page, YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope. That is where I'm live at. At this time, I want to take this time to shout out the Crawford family. I want to shout out Tamika. I want to shout out both Wills. I want to shout out to my cat Butts. I want to shout out to Al Nicholson. I want to shout out to Daquan Jones. Shout out to Princess Diamond. Shout out to those who are on the Omega Studio News and Talk Show T. Shout out to What's Going On America, the Pretty Bitch Club, What I See You See, and also House of Workout. This is Rasheem Crawford and Kobe Bryant Day right here on this Sunday, November the 15th. And the topic is fake it until you make it. The next one is, I know you are very uncomfortable in those clothes, but must act in front of the audience. You got to fake it until you make it. Okay? Let me tell you something. When I was taking a course back with this organization called ASC NYC, he's not a mentor, but I remember what somebody had told me. I always say his name, Mr. Williams. He always told me that when you meet someone, and I'd say that this is probably a great example of fake it until you make it. Okay, when you meet somebody, for the first time, the person that you meet is not the person that's going to be there, it's their representative. And then when you get to know their representative, which is them, or their representative, then the representative move out of the way, and then the real person is right there. And then you will see from the good and the bad. Okay? So someone meeting someone, they're faking it until they make it. So they know damn well that they don't have what it takes to accomplish what they feel that they can accomplish because they don't have enough understanding to go forward. So they got to fake it till they make it. This administration had no political background whatsoever, coming in the door thinking that they could battle the people that's in politicians, and they think they could say what they want to say and think they got the plan to for the country. But I could tell you, you faked it until you made it. Okay, but now you're out. Okay. I want to say this real quick. If you guys don't know, and I will check on this, if you didn't know, now you know here, that they were trying to abolish the Obamacare, okay? And Obamacare has been in place for millions and millions of Americans, okay? And right now, this administration is saying that the Obamacare is a disaster and that it needs to be dismantled. And I'm saying, well, if the Obamacare is a disaster and it needs to be, dismantled, what do you have in place that's going to put millions and millions of Americans with insurance and cover them with their pre-existing conditions? Okay? Nothing. There's nothing in place that's going to take the place of Obamacare. But you thought that if you got the the judge in play, then she would make a determination on your behalf. I don't think so. I'm sure she faked it until she made it. Okay. Next. So we're talking about the topic here is faking until you make it. Let me give you another example of faking until you make it. We should call the team to visit the company and act like we are interested in their offer. Yes, we got to fake it until we make it. So now let me talk about this vaccine, ladies and gentlemen. So the vaccine that's supposed to be available in December, because that's what the administration said in the video on social media a couple of days ago, and we mysteriously seen that the president here, was it white or was it gray or was it a color from the camera shining outside that made his hair white? Because I noticed that every time when I've seen the current president of the United States, his hair was orange. And he had that and maintained that look throughout his presidency. So now, I know what it is. He pulled an Obama move. See, remember Obama pulled the move when he came out not in his black suit, but he came out in a brown suit. Was it a brown suit or a burgundy suit? He came out in a different suit when he went to go address the press conference, and I'm going to show you that picture. Okay, I may not have it now. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can find it here. But he pulled one of those moves. Okay, he's been MIA. The current administration been MIA since the elections. Okay, now you want to come out and talk about the coronavirus. Okay, when you know that people are still dying and you know that the numbers are still rising. And right now you're talking about, along with your VP, saying that y'all going to have a vaccine, and y'all told us that y'all was going to have a vaccine by the end of this year. Well, honey, I said it then and I'll say it again. You guys need to do your research and your investigation before you take it, okay? Because I don't trust it. They waiting FDA approve. I'm waiting for the data, the statistics, and I'm waiting for how many numbers of people. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, at least 500,000 to 750,000 people who may have taken these vaccines. I need to know something. You're not going to just administrate this vaccine to us and think that, oh, we have a solution because we rushed this. Absolutely not, honey. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. According to the CDC, we're going to go to the CDC. Okay, according to the CDC, they're saying that it takes, and they even have a graph here. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm forgetting something. Uh, I'm forgetting something. Let me go ahead and go here. I forgot the tab here. Okay, so yes. Matter of fact, let me put this up over on here. I want to show y'all this. Okay, I want to be blunt with you guys because again, I think that we need to do our resource and our investigation before we even attempt to take this vaccine. And while I'm looking for this, I do want to say shout out to Carlton Boyd, Carlton Brisbane. Happy birthday. Today is his birthday. Okay, 38, 39 years old. Okay, happy birthday to Carlton Brisbane, Carlton Boyd. He goes by both of those names. Okay, so happy birthday to you. Okay, while I'm looking for this, okay, let me see. Let me take this one first. Okay, and then let me put this one up here. So what I'm looking for and what I'm going to show you guys is a timeline of the vaccine that comes from the CDC. Now, you guys tell me whether or not the vaccine will be safe, which I feel that everybody needs to do. I'm not saying it's not safe. I'm saying that you need to do your resource in your investigation before you even administrate it to yourself. Because again, you never know. According to this, let's go to this. I'm going to pull up this over my face. Okay. So let me take this down here. According to this here, it says that the stages of vaccine. Okay, the stages of the vaccine. So I thought that the vaccine would take at least 18 months. Right? I thought it would take at least 18 months. I thought it would take at least 18 months when it comes to the vaccine. Now, let me go ahead and hold on. Just give me 1 second. Okay, because I need to see this myself. Okay, so what we're looking at right here, we're looking at a screenshot of, come on, what the? Okay, I'm not really sure what that's all about, but let's do this again. Okay, so here is the 5 stages of the vaccine development. A vaccine usually takes more than 10 years to develop in a course of up to $500 million. That's almost $500 million. And I'm sure that this money is coming from so many different countries across the world because everybody is trying to come up with a vaccine and trying to get this type of vaccine administered to their citizens. But I'm saying, again, you need to do your resource investigation first. So right here, we see that 2 to 5 years, the discovery of a research up to 100 potential vaccines. Then the pre-trial is 2 years, 20 potential vaccines. And then the third is clinical development. Phase 1 is it safe? 1 to 2 years, 10 potential vaccines. Let me just go ahead and go to this one. Okay. Then the next one would be the phase 2. Does it activate an immune response? That's 2 to 3 years. So while we see 2 to 3 years on this part where it says the immune response, it hasn't even been a year. It hasn't even been 10 months, 11 months, 12 months. Okay, and they talking about they have a vaccine. They rushed this. Okay, now here it says phase 3, does it potentially protects against the disease? 2 to 4 years. There wasn't no 2 to 4 years that has gone past on this. First of all, it was the coronavirus, right? It was the coronavirus. We found this out in March, April, right? May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We had a total of over 240,000 people have died, and we have approximately over 10 million cases in the United States of America. And you have a vaccine that has potentially that protects against the disease from 2 to 4 years. I don't understand. I mean, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, ladies and gentlemen, we need to do our resource and our investigation on this vaccine. I'm just saying. I mean, yes, you may get the vaccine, but who's to say? Who's to say that something might happen? They still, for me, don't have enough data. For me, I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, here on social media, I'm not saying don't take the vaccine. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying do your resource and do your investigation before you think about jumping on the bandwagon. Because sometimes, again, like, let me go ahead to back to the topic. People, they are faking it until they make it. Okay? I'm not saying the vaccine is fake. No. I'm saying that people faked it until they make this. So when you fake it until you make it, they rushing things, thinking that and I read it earlier that again, portraying yourself like the person you always wanted to be. Okay? Or motivating to meet your desired goal. So the administration is desiring to meet the goal of creating a vaccine because the administration got the VP involved to become head honcho of the coronavirus task force. And then he's saying that the vaccine is going to be available to millions of America by the end of this year. But you want to know something, ladies and gentlemen? Even if it was available for many Americans by the end of this year, which is next month, why the hell have y'all not given and passed the transition of all that information that you have to the president elect or to the vice president elect? If this is something that is on for millions of Americans. I'm waiting because they're faking it until they make it. They're faking it until they make it. But they'll be out. They'll be out very soon. They'll be out very soon. Okay? So let's go back here real quick. And I'll just show you this real quick. It says, and then 4, we see regulatory review and approve 1 to 2 years. 1 to 2 years have not passed. It hasn't even been 12 months, ladies and gentlemen. So how in the hell do they got a vaccine? How? How in the hell do this administration have a vaccine for the coronavirus? Or allegedly have a vaccine? Because it really hasn't been approved by the Federal Drug Administration, the FDA. But they're saying that they have to, but they're faking it until they make it. They're saying they have to give this because they want to reach their goal. By saying to many Americans that, hey, since y'all vote us out, and we said that we made a promise to you guys that we were going to come up with a vaccine, and we absolutely have a vaccine, or not yet, but it's coming before the end of this year. But my thing, again, according to this data, it says regulatory review and approve 1 to 2 years. And it ain't even been 12 months. It's already been a year. 11 months already. It ain't even been a year. How the hell they got a vaccine? And where did this vaccine, what is this vaccine coming from? Like, maybe they took it and they felt like since many people had antibodies, because we do know that we're over 10 million cases, And majority of those people, out of 240,000 people, over 40,000 people succumbed to to this virus. So the antibodies that people were giving, they figure, okay, well, if they take their antibodies, they would come up with a vaccine and try to stop this in its tracks. But the numbers are continuing to rocket, and they're talking about a second wave and another lockdown. But they want to go ahead and administrate the vaccine to millions and millions of Americans. It says here, manufacturing and delivery. The manufacturing vaccine requires specialist facilities that are highly required and expensive to develop. It is usually starts the following phase 2 clinical trials to develop the thousands of doses needed for phase 3 trial. Okay, so they're saying from here, I'm sorry, from if you look at the top, they just said phase 2 clinical trial that you see 2 to 3 years, which 2 to 3 years have not gone by yet. Okay. And then it says the clinical trial, 2 to 3 years, right? That's what I'm saying. You have to, for me, I would need to see at least 500. I would need to see at least 500 and 500 plus, 500,000 plus, or at least 750,000 people plus that have taken this drug. All I'm hearing is that these companies are making the drugs, and that I'm hearing that people who receive these drugs are sick from the vaccine. But I have not seen anything or data that's showing people who've taken the vaccine and that they've been at least a year, not no 6 months, not no 12 months, not no 10 months, at least a year and a half, 18 months, 2 years. Okay? And then finally, the 10 years and cost $500 million. That's $500 million. Okay? We're talking about it. Fake it until you make it. Now, some people will argue right here on this Kobe Bryant Day and Rasheed Crawford Day that people have faked it until they made it into their lives. Okay? They faked it and made it into their lives because sometimes people, they have to fake it until they make it. Have I faked it until I made it? Of course I have, honey. I'm sure you have too. You wanted that job. Somebody had to fake it until they made it. Okay? So let me just go ahead and matter of fact, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and touch bases on this, even though I had already brought it up. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so since I've brought this up, I want to go to the coronavirus, and I want to see what numbers we're seeing right now since I've already brought it up on this. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have the coronavirus. Okay, and so far right now we have approximately, let me move this out of the way, we have approximately 10,977,635 cases in the United States of America. And yesterday, out of all the states, 159,021 reported new cases. That is a lot of mother-ucking people, okay? We are over 240,000 deaths, which is now 245,460 deaths right now. in the United States, reporting yesterday with a total of 1,210 people succumbed to the virus. Okay? They died trying to survive. When again, all these people who passed away, they pretty much died not knowing if they would have the same type of care that the president received when he contracted the virus. Okay, none of the people had the same care that he had. They didn't have. There's no medicine that's going to stop the virus in its track. Everybody, some people is depending on this vaccine. But again, ladies and gentlemen, right here on this show, you need to do your resource and you need to do your investigation. Now, if you feel that since the coronavirus is what it is, and that they have this vaccine, and we just went over the chart of how long does it take for a vaccine to be prepared, and now they talking about we're in the 11th month, and they talking about they have a vaccine next month, and they're going to give it to millions and millions of Americans. No, not me. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. You may take it, but I'm not taking it. I'm not saying don't take it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying do your resource and do your investigation. When I say your resources, you need to find out what is in that vaccine. I'm sure it's the virus, and I'm sure it's something, again, like we said, it has to be something that's going to kill off and make you susceptible to, make you, I don't think that's the word, make you more to the point where you can't contract it again. Like, say, for instance, if you receive chickenpox, if you had chickenpox before and you got the vaccine, you're not going to get the chickenpox anymore. Or you had the measles, or if you had, the flu, which you can still get the flu, even if you did have the vaccine. They do have vaccines for hepatitis. They do have vaccines for HPV. They have a lot of new vaccines out. You understand? But it didn't take no 11 months to create it. I'm just saying. So, yes, we see the numbers right here, and the numbers are very alarming, and the numbers are continuing to rise up. And we have to continue to do our part as citizens of this great country, and that is continue to protect ourselves, social distance ourselves, 6 feet ourselves, wear gloves, wear masks, and keep on moving. Not attend mass and large quantity of parties and be around people without any masks and shaking people's hands and not washing your hands, or sanitizing your hands, not sanitizing your hands. You can't be doing that, because again, the numbers are going to continue to rise, and then the country is going to go on lockdown, and then everybody's going to be pissed and mad because the country on lockdown, because they just was told to do these simple instructions and they couldn't even follow those simple instructions. And now look at us. And then you look at China, and then you see China, they had over 90,000 people who are cases who are affected, but they the ones that started this stuff. And we at 10 million, and they have over 1 billion, and we have 330 million, and they have 90,000 people, and we have 10 million, like it started here in our country? Absolutely not. No. Not on this day, not at this watch. It didn't start here. It started in China, in Wuhan, China. Okay, just want to be clear and open, and for the archives. Okay, it started there. It didn't start here. So people, when you see the maps, don't just look at the numbers as big because it started with the numbers as big and going crazy. It didn't start here. It started there. So my thing is, what the hell did they do in China to make it that those numbers didn't go so high? Now, for example, I don't know, but I was seeing videos where they were really forcing their people into not coming outside, wearing gloves, wearing masks. But over here, people want to hang out, go to parties, chill, be around people, and not do it because they don't think that they can't get it, and they don't think that. And it's not the fact that you, whether or not you are infected with it, you're still affected by it. And according to the cities and government of the city in this state, in the states in this country, they are determining how they're going to go about with fighting this. So far, some states have put states on the travel list where you go, and if you go to those states, you have to self quarantine for at least 14 days. Or if you fly, you can take a test, and if it comes back negative, you can go. If it comes back positive, you have to self isolate yourself, or But there's no medicine you're taking. So that's why I'm saying that with this current administration, they're faking it until they make it, because they feel that if they had this vaccine, they feel like, oh, even though you didn't vote for me, and I promised that I was going to get the vaccine to you guys, and I got it here. But come on now, 11 months? And again, we just seen the statistics and data that it takes at least 18 months. I don't have anything to say. I don't have nothing to say. Because and I know that we need to do our resource, and we need to do our investigation. Because, listen, this is almost like the part where when we go into people saying, oh, well, I don't want to vaccine my kids. Mm-mm. That's not my thing. And then you got some schools and some places say that you need to have your child immunization system before he can even be around other people. Now, some places they say you don't have the vaccine. Then you have people believe that you do have the vaccine. Then people are going to say that you're going to have the vaccine on certain things. But I'm talking about the coronavirus vaccine. Again, over 240,000 Americans died under this administration's watch. And the promise that they're giving is saying that they have this vaccine within 11 months, and that they're going to distribute it within the 12 months before the end of this year, when this current administration term is over, done. Hasta la vista. You're the weakest link. I'll say tomorrow, Friday, these numbers are going to be different. If we have a rate of 159,021 people becoming infected a day, it's not saying 50,000 people affected a day. It's not saying 2,000 people affected a day. It's saying 150 something people are getting, 50,000 people are getting affected in one day. And out of that, we have at least 1,200 deaths in one day. Not 60, not 600, not 900, not 1,000, but 1,210 deaths a day. So again, this administration is faking it until they make it. Okay, they have faked it until they made it, and now it's over. Okay, it is absolutely over for them. It is absolutely over for the VP. It is absolutely over for the cabinet. Okay, goodbye. Got to go. When Madison says one got to go, this one is all got to go. Because again, even down to the Supreme Court, when it was when he was picked by this administration, Barrick, when she was picked by this administration, they faked it until they made it at that conference hearing. Okay? Because those senators and people, and there's archives on social media at their hearings. Okay? And all those people in his cabinet, it took at almost over 10 days, some 14, some 28 days for Senate confirmation because they was faking it until they made it. They had to bring their A game. Like Mr. Williams at ASCNYC says, their representative showed up. And then now, the representative is no longer there. It's the real person. When the current administration was up there and running for president, that was the representative. The representative was there. I'm going to build the wall. Make Mexico pay for it. Okay? I'm going to, do more for the system. I'm going to come up with something for the Obamacare. Don't have anything there. I'm going to make America great again. I don't see America great again. I see America still the way it was. Okay? But now we see all these people dying and racial tension happening in our country. I'm not understanding how that's great. I don't understand. I don't understand whatsoever. And to top it off is that the 3.5 years that had gone by is nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. So, yes, the era is over. Okay? The era is over. And I'm telling you guys, this administration faked it until they made it. And now it's over. It is absolutely over. So again, I'm telling you guys, make sure that when they say that you are approved or you're going to be the ones to get the vaccine, make sure you do your resource and you do your investigation on this vaccine because again, like I said before and I said again, I need to see at least 400 to 750,000 people that have already taken this within the span of 11 months. Come on now. We do the math. Let's go ahead and do this. We figure in January, February, March, we just now found out about the coronavirus. That's when a lot of people were starting to take their, the death toll was starting to increase. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And you're talking about you have a vaccine in December? That's 9 months. And you want people to take this when I just showed you guys that it take at least 18 months to 2 years? It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Rasheem Crawford and Kobe Bryant Day. I want to thank everybody so much for being here and joining me right here, right now on this episode of Fake It Until You Make It. That's the topic. Okay? The administrator, the current administrator, they faked it until they made it. Okay? So again, ladies and gentlemen, also too, I forgot to tell you that we are also live on the blog page. So please go up there on the blog page and tune in. Thank you guys on Facebook. Thank those guys on YouTube. And thank those guys on Periscope. You guys already know. For more information, you guys can visit the blog page. Bye.